We'll move on to some news stuff. First of all, we'll carry on with comics. I want to talk about a book that you found, Alex, on Newsarama, who had an exclusive preview of Joshua Williamson's creator-owned miniseries, Frostbite, which he is working on with a guy called Sean someone. Hang on, let me get the name so I give him the credit he deserves. Sean Alexander. Yeah, sorry, Jason Sean Alexander. I knew I was missing part of his name there. Jason Sean Alexander. So I haven't heard of this artist, but looking at his work, I started to think I recognise you. And he has done an Abe Sapien miniseries that I've read, and an issue of Gotham Central. But mostly kind of does his own creator-owned projects. I think the main one being a book called The Empty Zone. But Joshua Williamson has been doing The Flash since the relaunch, which I think you've been enjoying a lot, haven't you, Scott?
Yeah, I really like Flash Rebirth. It's really good.
And this is his sort of next project, if you like. So there's been a bit of preview art that was given to Newsarama, and it looks great. For anyone who's interested, it's one of those kind of very common end of the world type books. This one has a sort of an ice age twist to it. The world's going into a new ice age. There's some sort of epidemic that's spreading, and when it infects people, it turns them to ice. And so the book's got quite an interesting look because everything is white, pretty much, or it's at least all against white. And it sounds like I think they describe it as a Western like road trip type story.
Yeah, I'm getting feelings of TV side of things. I'm getting a bit of Firefly mixed in with, I don't know if either of you ever watched Defiance when it was on.
Is that the sci-fi show?
A sci-fi
The
show.
one that was a video game as well.
Crossed over with the Xbox.
Oh
game, yeah.
I watched the first season of that and it was like,
yeah. Just I was reading about it earlier on, and all I could think was this feels like Defiance, sort of a post-event world with a lone traveller who's got stuff to do, and it seems really interesting. I mean, Williamson can tell a brilliant story, as you can tell from Flash, but I also, first I ever saw of him, I think, was the What If series they did, Marvel did last year, I think, or the year before, and they were a good way of looking at the other side of it, which sort of fits with this storyline as well, is taking the world as we know it now and applying something different to it, because this Frostbite as well, from what I gathered, although it's post Ice Age, all technology is still the same.
Yeah,
everything we have now still exists. So it is like the What If series in that one factor's just been changed.
Yeah.
And now go on, tell a story. And I think you can tell a really good story. The Western aspect, not being in the traditional Western environment as well, could be quite interesting. So I'm quite looking forward to it.
Yeah.
It's definitely...
I'm mainly excited for it because of the artwork, because it looks great from what I've seen so far. It's got quite striking storytelling sensibilities just from the handful of pages that Newsarama have shown. It looks really effective, but I do like the old kind of, I think from what I can gather, the main hero is like the person being featured on the cover, this female person who's trying to get this, I think they must have the antidote or whatever. They're trying to get it from A to B. She'll probably band together with a load of misfits, and they'll have to road trip it across on whatever continent and get it where it needs to be, and they'll get into problems along the way. And it does, like you say, it does sound a bit like a sci-fi show, but it could also just be what was that film? It reminded me of where Chris Evans is on a train.
Snowpiercer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It reminded me a little bit of that.
I got more of a Book of Eli kind of feel to it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Book of Eli in the snow.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, and maybe that he's not blind would be, oh, spoilers. No, I'm a massive fan of post-event, how humanity tries to survive and adapt stories anyway, like Mad Max or
Yeah.
Snowpiercer is a good example. Snowpiercer is an amazing film. It's one of my favourite films. So yeah, like, this automatically interested me as soon as you sent the link to the chat. And the art, like you say, looks really cool, and I think we'll definitely be checking it out when it comes out.
Yeah, and the good thing is it's a 6-issue mini. It's not one of those big
It's not a
commitments.
massive, long
You're not
thing.
going to be waiting 5 years for the ending. You're just going to get it all done in one, which is very appealing when they do things like that. So